They've already opened their football season. Illinois, a perennial doormat, beat Nebraska 30-22 as Nebraska made terrible mistakes. Brett Bielema, who was so good at Wisconsin, is now at Illinois. And former Cornhusker national championship quarterback Scott Frost is still at Nebraska, though maybe not for long. Nebraska's 12-21 under Frost. Does Frost deserve all the heat after only one loss?
Yeah, because it's not just this one loss, Tony, that you're trying to decipher. And, you know, I talked a lot via text during this game. I watched every snap of that game with our dear friend Mike Gleason, Nebraskan, who I feel bad for because there's so much anxiety, I mean, in the state of Nebraska. I mean, Scott Frost wasn't just supposed to deliver them back into contention. They thought he was going to be, you know, Tom Osborne Part 2. They thought that he was going to be the guy who led Nebraska back to greatness for years and years and years. Because let's face it, as a player, he was great, and he did lead them to that one year, I think, an undefeated 13-0 season. But, Tone, they're making the same mistakes. In Nebraska, in the media there, what you hear is this phrase, the same movie, because Scott Frost used it in his post-game analysis, and it is. The same mistakes, blunders, bad play calling, undisciplined play, and so they're in trouble, and they're not going to get out of it this year. They're not going to fire Scott Frost like after week 5. That's not going to happen at Nebraska.
So if people don't know about Nebraska because they're under the age of 40, let's say, and they don't know about Tom Osborne and Bob Devaney, guys they named stadiums after, and they don't know that when Nebraska was in the Big 8, they won multiple national championships. And Nebraska finds itself now in the situation that USC and Florida State find themselves in, that they used to be great, and now they're struggling to find their way. And if you take that job at Nebraska, that is a hot seat, kids, because they're not going to wait around for you. Now, Scott Frost may get a little extra time because he was a player there at one point. But let's look at the last few coaches they've had. They fired Bill Callahan after 27-22. They fired Bo Pelini after 67-27. They fired Mike Riley after 19-19. You're 12-21 if you're Frost and 9-18 in the Big Ten. I thought he was a great hire, Mike, but the years other than the 13-0, at Central Florida, 6-7, 4-8, 5-7, 3-5, and now 0-1.
Not cutting it.
That's 18-28, Mike. You know,
this one game,
maybe he's not great.
Did you say is a seat hot after one game? It's not this game. You got to take everything into account. I know you are, but people have to take everything into account when they evaluate Scott Frost, and that's what's happening. And his seat is hot now, right now.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.